to a special edition of the G5 High. Today, we're excited to spotlight one of the Sun Belt's instant impact transfers. He is a proud product of Hunterdon Central Regional High School in Flemington, New Jersey, where he served as a team captain, was All-State Group Fee, and an All-County selection, and the recipient of the Abraham Hendrick Athletic Award. Out of high school, he attended Fordham, where in 2019 he started 3 games at right guard. In 2020, he started all 3 games at left guard and helped a Fordham offense that led the Patriot League in scoring. In 2021, he started all 11 games at right guard, and Fordham led the Patriot League in passing offense. In 2022, he made 12 starts at right guard, helping Fordham lead the FCS in passing offense and total offense. Between 2023 and 2024, he started 17 games on the offensive line. He stands 6 foot 4 inches tall and weighs in at 304 pounds. He is rocking number 65 for the Old Dominion Monarchs. Please welcome to the show, Ryan Joyce. Welcome to the show, Ryan Joyce. Ryan, let's start at the beginning. Who first put a football in your hand, and when did you decide, hey, I love this game?
It's got to be my dad or my older brother. I mean, I started playing flag football as soon as I could. I don't know if it's kindergarten, preschool, around there, but I've always done it. My family's always loved it. All my brothers have played it. I think I just love the game. As I've gotten older, I've realized that it's a perfect balance of like intellect and mental fortitude, as well as physical violence. And I think it's the only team sport that really does that. And I think that's why I love it so much. I think it's the greatest sport out there.
Did you play any other sports growing up?
Yeah, I wrestled all throughout high school. I also played lacrosse when I was younger as well.
Do you have a nickname that you go by?
No, I don't. Everyone calls me Joyce.
All right. You've gone through the recruiting process, I guess at least twice, right?
Yeah.
What do you like most about it, and what do you not like about it?
I never was a huge fan of it. In high school, I really didn't have much recruiting attention. Fordham was really my only serious scholarship offer out of high school. I had some other interests and some other partial scholarships, but Fordham was really my only opportunity right out of high school. And they came in pretty late too. It was kind of spring, summer of my senior year. I really was up in the air what I was going to do. And then it was a whole different experience getting into the portal this past year. Had a lot more attention, a lot more visits, coaches talking to me there. It's good and bad. I guess it's kind of nice to get some sort of acknowledgement that you've done enough to play at that next level. But at the end of the day, I enjoy playing football the most, and it's kind of just a step you have to take to get there.
What ultimately led you to choose Old Dominion to finish out your athletic and academic career?
I think it was for me the best opportunity to have good on-field experience at the next level. I mean, just with my relationship with Coach Deck, Coach Hutt, Coach Weeks, Coach Colin McCarty. I was with all those guys at Fordham for a handful of years, and I've played in this offense before, which I think gives me a huge leg up. It's a place I can go where I don't have to have a fresh start. Where I think most other schools, that's what it would have been. So this was a place that I could come in and feel like I had a leg up sort of deal, and I already had a great relationship with a lot of the guys on staff.
What's one thing about Old Dominion on or off the field that kind of surprised you when you got on campus?
I think one, I don't want to say it's a surprise, but it was a welcoming feeling. I think just the offensive line. I came from a school where we were extremely close as an offensive line. Some of my best friends to this day still were guys I played with at Fordham, and you just never know what it's like stepping into a new building. Coach Hutt, time and time again told me that it was a great culture and great room, but you never really know until you're in it. And I love the guys that are in that room and everybody on the team. But I think the O-line here is a great thing going culture-wise, and we're a real close group of guys, and I think that's pretty awesome.
If you could give your freshman self one piece of advice back in high school, what would that advice be?
Probably stretch more. I think that's a big thing that I didn't take serious until a little later in my career, but stretching and body control is it's two things that I wish I kind of paid more attention to early on.
What do you think was the hardest part adjusting to college football that like high school players probably don't think about?
Definitely the speed of the game. I think in high school, most guys that play in college, they're either the best guy on their team or one of the best guys on their team. And not that it's easy, but I think it comes naturally to a lot of guys in high school when you have the talent to play college football. But then once you get to college football, you're first week there, 18 years old, playing with some grown men out there, and it's a fast game. It's a physical game, and I know that's what surprised me the most when I first stepped into college football.
Do you have a favorite offensive lineman you like to watch on the NFL level?
There's a couple guys that I like to watch. I mean, in the past, I watched a lot of Wyatt Teller for the Browns, Quentin Nelson at guard. Now playing center, I've watched a lot more of like Linderbaum, Frank Ragnow for the Lions that just retired. But I'm getting to a lot more of them. I like the way Linderbaum plays. He's a smaller guy, but I think he uses his leverage well. He has great feet. He attacks great. Obviously Jason Kelsey, but he's a guy that he's a pretty special guy. It's hard to watch his film and get a lot out of that just because he's a very gifted individual that does things other people can't.
When you're watching that film, is there certain traits or techniques you're paying the most attention to?
Yeah, so when I watch, especially with center film this past winter, once I kind of figured out that's where I was going to play a lot of time here. I start from the ground up, so from stance to feet, how they set their hips, how much weight they have forward, backwards, their offhand, their snap hand, everything there and then for each individual play, for each technique they use, so whether it's tight zone, inside zone, outside zone, combination blocks, pass sets, their first step, second step, where they're striking with their hands, the leverage they use, just all the little things. I think that's what makes you a great player. If you can do those things consistently the right way, that'll lead you to success.
What would you say is your biggest strength today?
I would have to go with my just experience. I'd like to say my strength, but everyone's strong at this level. I think just experience and the speed of the game's really slowed down for me. This is, fortunately, unfortunately, however you look at it, this is my 7th year of college football. I had a couple injuries and a COVID year that got me to this point. But I've also been fortunate enough to have 45 or so starts. I've played in probably 6 or 7 FBS games at that level. So just having those snaps and that experience, I think just helps a lot. The more I've played, the more the game's slowed down for me. The easier it is to recognize, patterns in the defense or just little intricacies of what I do best and what works for me, and just being able to rep that time and time again in game, I think has helped me a lot.
What's the biggest thing you've worked on this offseason?
I would say on the football field, just my footwork and just technique at center. It's just, even though it's only one position over from guard to center, it's a big difference.
Yeah,
it is. And it doesn't sound terrible or look that hard when you're looking at it, but once you step in and do it, especially if you're playing like our defense is, they play a zero, like a head-up nose, snap the ball and have another guy just shooting right off the ball into you, that's big. So I think just my footwork and just my first 2 steps off the ball I've worked on a lot. And then off the field, just continuing to get stronger and work on, just little lifts and stretching and stuff like that just to remain healthy.
I was before we started, I mentioned, I got to see you in spring practice, and I walked away very impressed. I have no doubt in my mind that you're going to make a huge impact for the Monarchs this season. But I want to give you an opportunity to kind of spread the love. Who are some of your teammates that fans need to know about?
On the offensive line, I think Skylar Grant is going to have a huge year. He's a guy that he's put in a lot of work, and I haven't been around him much, but from watching film, I think he's grown a lot. I think across the board, solid guys. We have Martin Woodsma coming back from injury, which I think he can do great things this year. Both guys at tackle. Zach Barlev is obviously a great player. Same thing with Steph. He's been here for going on 5 years, and I think he's really coming into his own. I think the young guys too. I think we have a deep room this year. There's a lot of young guys, or even older guys too, that are just in the depth chart. That a lot of experience and just a lot of talent.
When you're not playing football, studying the playbook, or hitting the weight room, what do you like to do in your free time?
It's nice. I came from I was in New York City, which I love my time there, but I like the outdoors and stuff a lot. So being here on the water this past spring and summer, I've spent a lot of time fishing, which has been fun. I've liked that a lot.
What's your favorite thing to eat? If you could pick anything, this is your favorite meal. What is it?
I have to go with steak. It's a cliche answer, but one meal, it's going to be steak. Yeah.
Have you found a spot around campus that you like to eat at yet?
Not for steak. I know the O-line, we'll go out and grab breakfast on Fridays, try a bunch of different diners and breakfast spots around here. We'll go to P. Frank's a lot on Fridays and Saturdays, but we do a lot of cooking too. We got a Blackstone and a grill, so go to the Costco and cook a lot for ourselves.
Well, Perfectly Frank's or even Blackstone's listening to this. Let's how about hook Ryan up with an NIL deal or a combo meal?
Be awesome.
Couple of fun questions, and we'll get you out of here, Ryan. If the Old Dominion offensive line had an official snack sponsor, what would it be?
Oof. I don't know. If it was me, it'd probably be some sort of like pretzel. I'm a big pretzel guy, but I think a lot of the guys in the room, we might consume the most gushers in the country. Zach Barlev, Elijah Hoskins, a lot of those guys. I mean, myself too, but big gusher guys. So I'd say probably gushers.
If you were to describe your playing style using a movie title, what would it be?
Oof. Probably the good, the bad, and the ugly. I think it's not always pretty, but I usually find a way to get it done, whether that's using the guys around me or my experience or strength or anything like that. I think that would be it.
Would you rather have a season where the offensive line only gives up 5 sacks, or you have a 1,000-yard rusher?
1,000-yard rusher, definitely.
Would you rather pancake block an NFL star like Max Crosby in slow motion, or score a game-winning touchdown on a trick play?
It's got to be a game-winning touchdown. I mean, don't have many opportunities for that as an offensive lineman.
All right, last question. Coach Ronnie comes in, tells the team they have to run punishment gassers because someone tweeted something wild. What position group does your mind immediately go to that caused it?
Probably the DBs.
All right, Ryan. Well, thanks so much for taking some time out of your day to spend with us. We greatly appreciate it. We'll be watching you and the Monarchs closely this season.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
If you're watching on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're listening in podcast form, please rate and review on Amazon Music, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. Thank you all for your support. And until the next time, we are the G5 Hive.